The following picture shows General George Washington, painted by Charles Willson Peale in 1779 to 1781. George Washington was born on February 22nd in 1732 in Virginia and grew up in a typical middle-class family. He was the oldest child of his 5 siblings. There are not a lot of information about his youth, but it is known that he worked on plantations beside his well-education. He served in the British militia in the French and Indian War and first became popular in his home state Virginia because of the diary he wrote about his fighting and war experiences. He was also involved in the American Revolution and led to one of the most important turning points in the Revolution by crossing the Delaware with his men and attacking the people in Trenton on Christmas Eve. He was the first president of the United States of America in 1789 to 1797 and died 2 years later in 1799. In the picture he is standing straight and has his hand on a cannon. In his back is the won Battle of Trenton and a few of his supporting men. This picture is the only picture that represents Washington after the battle in Trenton. He is usually painted and represented after the battle in Princeton. It is obvious why the painter decided for this new setting. Washington became president shortly after the battle in Princeton. The battle in Trenton, on the other hand, presents a totally different intention. Washington was able to unite American colonies against one enemy. He qualified himself as a good leader and revolutionized against tradition and manners brought from Britons because he attacked on Christmas Eve. This picture is also special because of the sword he is carrying. It is the only picture of Washington where he is carrying the family sword, and historians suggest that his wife ordered the picture that represents the family Washington and his grandfather John Washington, who came from England to America in 1655. Washington was the first president of the USA in 1789 to 1797, and maybe the Battle of Trenton was a big factor that was increasing his chances for this powerful position. He achieved many great things during his presidency and also in his lifetime. He signed the Bill of Rights that lead to a common freedom and liberty. He led America to a world trade and contact to Europe, and also prohibited a war when the war between France and England started by signing American neutrality. I don't have a personal connection to that picture because I am not American, but I think it is important to think about the achievement Washington reached and the way he became president and how he was the first one who led America to the country and its condition it is today.